On our channel, we have a whole series of videos about artists who managed to squander their full potential and ruin their careers in a matter of years. Some of them, with the right desire and perseverance, could have reached the top echelons but chose not to, and in the end ended up with nothing. In the United States, for example, one of the most striking cases is the story of Smokepurpp, who becomes less and less in demand by the audience with each passing year. His albums don't even sell 10,000 copies, and sometimes only 10 people show up at his concerts while he pretends as if nothing has happened. How did Smokepurpp end up like this? Let's find out. First, let's look at the history of this artist. In the middle of the last spring month of 1997, the city of Chicago welcomed a new resident. Omar Jeffrey Pinero was born, the future rapper who became known by the pseudonym Smokepurpp. When he was 3 years old, his parents decided to move to Miami, where the future artist's childhood and teenage years were associated. In an interview, Omar once admitted that the neighborhood where he grew up was considered dangerous. However, despite this, the artist himself had a calm character which helped him socialize with others. However, not everything was smooth in the artist's biography. There was also a place for substances that poisoned the musician's life for a long time. If we believe the media reports, the guy went through at least one overdose, which of course did not end well for his health. In the later years of high school, music caught the teenager's attention. Initially, Omar tried his hand as a producer, and it was he who pushed his close friend Lil Pump onto the rap path. Subsequently, his passion for hip-hop took over, and Omar gave up on his studies, moving forward together with his comrade. The first tracks and videos of Smokepurpp as a solo artist sounded and looked something like this. Interestingly, at the beginning of his career, back in 2016, Smokepurpp even released a collaborative track with XXXTentacion. These two artists even performed together on the same stage, which indicates that Smokepurpp had significant connections to launch a full-fledged solo career. Smokepurpp's next songs, Samsung Jumpin' and Ski Mask, gained the honorable title of being among the most popular on SoundCloud and became viral tracks. This was during the rise of the so-called SoundCloud rap, which many now consider as a separate genre. Naturally, Lil Pump was one of the most prominent representatives of this wave, and Smokepurpp benefited from it to a large extent. However, it should be noted that Smokepurpp himself released hits even before the hype surrounding Lil Pump. The music video for the track Ski Mask garnered tens of millions of views on YouTube, which is an excellent achievement for a budding artist. In 2017, Omar signed contracts with Interscope Records and Alamo Records. Shortly after, he released the single Audi. The song quickly became his most popular work, with over 25 million listens on SoundCloud and 33 million on Spotify. And all of this happened within a few months. The music video collected 70 million views, and the success was evident.
I don't want cars, I want Rarries. I don't want friends, I want Audis. I don't want cars, I want Audis.
Perhaps 2017 was the peak year of Smokepurpp's career when he gathered his core audience, which he has not completely lost to this day. On September 28, 2017, Pinero released his debut mixtape Dead Star, featuring Chief Keef, Juicy J, Travis Scott, and Lil Pump. The album debuted and reached position 42 on the Billboard 200 chart. A year later, he released the mixtape Bless Yo Trap in collaboration with Murder Beats. It features guest verses from Offset, Lil Yachty, and ASAP Ferg. As you can see, Smokepurpp started working with truly big stars and even rap legends. Just consider the track with Travis Scott, who also introduced Smokepurpp to his crew, Cactus Jack. What is that if not the highest level of recognition?
Turn up on me, you get cut like a turkey. I just fought this bitch inside a Bentley coupe.
At the end of 2017, another significant event occurred. Smokepurpp's close friend Lil Pump skyrocketed to fame. The years 2017 and 2018 marked the peak of SoundCloud rap's development, and Lil Pump's tracks were playing everywhere. The billions of streams and views that Lil Pump received undoubtedly influenced Smokepurpp's popularity, as they had been together since their school days. Overall, the success was truly overwhelming.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their rest on.
Perhaps this played a cruel trick on Smokepurpp's career. The same applies to Lil Pump's career as well. The thing is, over the course of 2-3 years, these guys were swimming in fame and money. But as time went on, it became increasingly evident that the SoundCloud rap style and even mumble rap was gradually fading into the background. The interest in this genre declined, resulting in a decrease in streams for artists in this direction. If they didn't try to experiment and evolve their sound, they risked losing everything. And that's exactly what Smokepurpp and Lil Pump didn't do. They mistakenly believed that they had become stars once and for all. As you probably recall, Lil Pump had hit tracks in 2019 like Be Like Me, while Pinero's situation was deteriorating.
Ooh, everybody wanna be like me. Spent 2K last week on the white tee.
Firstly, Smokepurpp remained silent for a long time, occasionally releasing EPs or mixtapes, but an album was nowhere to be seen. The situation reached a point where Smokepurpp delayed it until the end of 2019, when it became evident to everyone. SoundCloud rap was practically dead, and Lil Pump no longer held the position of a top-tier artist. Nevertheless, Pinero finally released his studio album, Dead Star 2, in December 2019. The album featured guest verses from Lil Pump, Denzel Curry, Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Skies, Moneybagg Yo, and Trippie Redd. Smokepurpp described it as his best work, but the highest position the album could reach on on the chart was 137th. It was a rather disheartening result. The failure of this album is eloquently described by the fact that it included the track Audi 2. Smokepurpp attempted to capitalize on the popularity of the first part of the track, which was undeniable. However, the second part of Audi didn't resonate with almost anyone, and this can be extrapolated to the entire album. Smokepurpp unsuccessfully tried to rely on his old style.
She didn't want me, she want me again. If I step out, they want pics. Let the law host to the den like a tick.
By the way, Smokepurpp tried to maintain interest in himself by constantly getting involved in ongoing conflicts. For example, in 2019, Smokepurpp engaged in verbal feuds with Tekashi and mocked his ex-girlfriend. At that time, Tekashi, as you may recall, was just beginning his path to superstardom, swiftly overshadowing Lil Pump and Smokepurpp in the media. Therefore, it's not surprising that Pinero chose the New York star as the target of his trolling, but he didn't stop there. For some reason, in the same year, 2019, Smokepurpp staged a fake conflict with Lil Pump. Smokepurpp claimed that he wrote and produced Garcia's main hit, Gucci Gang, and still hadn't received any money for it. Lil Pump, in turn, reminded Smokepurpp that he had introduced him to many important industry figures, and then made the famous statement that he invented SoundCloud. At the time, many fans didn't believe in the seriousness of the emerging conflict, considering it a publicity stunt for Lil Pump's new album, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. Smokepurpp commented on the whole conflict on Twitter, stating that it's very easy to fool the online audience.
On my floor, yeah, I just bless you. I just fucked up fat red, dropped it on the jacket.
All these strange conflicts and unwillingness to change led Smokepurpp to a true creative catastrophe as early as 2020. His new album, Florida Jit, released in the summer, sold an extremely low number of copies, only 5,000. The artist was trolled to such an extent that he had to disable comments on social media. In response, he wrote the following quote, "My tape barely sold, but I'm still rich. Another free release is coming soon." As you can understand, the subsequent EP, Psycho, also sold poorly, failing to improve the artist's situation. All of this led to Smokepurpp being called the biggest loser in the rap game, someone who managed to completely lose all his popularity. Just imagine, in April of last year, only 10 people attended the concert of a person with millions of followers on social media. The venue was practically empty. And that's it for today. So what is Smokepurpp's main problem, and how did he manage to lose all his success so quickly? Write your opinion in the comments, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel. See you all later.